I think we're good. Hang on, let me get the music down. Yeah, no camera today only because I fried my brain doing some other stuff before stream started. So my ability to be visible right now is like non-existent. But we're here. We're still gonna sit down, get the guts of it, practice, do what we need to do, and all that. That's not changing. So, hi everybody. Happy Friday. I hope the day was restful and/or productive for y'all. First and foremost, I want to note that if you do !UBAF, unapologetically black and fast has started. We're in there. I literally right now have the stream going on the streaming computer so that I can get the audio without interrupting my own stream. And yeah, right now Nestani is doing a run through of Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones Ephraim route. And before that, we had a Shudder's Revenge run. Uno as well. Quest 64. Yeah, we're cooking. And UBAF is going on for, what's it now? I want to say, 4 days. And this is the first day of 4. It's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be wonderful. Absolutely, positively amazing. So yeah, we're in for a good time. The only thing that is not potentially a good time right now is that for some reason, my computer seems to be insistent upon not working properly with my it seems to not be working correctly with it seems to be not working correctly with my controller for some reason. Basically, I'm trying to make sure that I can actually track our split today for when I practice. I'd like to be able to do that, but right now, for whatever reason, my controller is being a legendary piece of crap about it and is not doing the thing right, which is stressing me out a little bit. But what I mean specifically is that like the controller is being read like a keyboard for some reason, and I don't know why. Hang on. Gotta check one thing. Folder. I don't want. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, basically the reason why I'm going to all this trouble right now is because I would like to be sure and be able to like actively say that, yeah, right? 9, 7. Hi, hey Juno. How you doing? Hopefully well. No camera today. just because also normally I eat on stream and stuff like that, but no camera today mostly because my brain was having like a hard fart before we got started, so I had to do some shenanigans. Probably I might turn on camera a little bit later, but also my couch is a little bit of a mess, so I might leave it off. But yeah, right now we're just trying to do some. I'm just trying to like get to troubleshoot some stuff going on with my controller real quick before we get started. Because I want to be able to like properly record my splits and everything. I want to properly be able to record my splits for this attempt that we're doing. Okay. But you're good? That's good. Okay. I think I might have to just edit the... damn it. Okay, it needs to be... Oh. Hang on, I did this wrong. So, exit this. Unplug. Plug it in first. Then we do live. Then we do live split. That's what I thought. Okay, we should be set now. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna warm up with a little bit of KOF first, and then... Alright, I need to do... Hang on a sec. My bad. Back over to the screen for a second. I forgot to turn on our timer over here, and every now and again I forget that I need to like actually... There we go. That should be set. Hey Steppy, how you doing? Hopefully well. Okay, I think we should be good now. Hang on. Just missing the no, I don't. He is kind of whatever. Not super Jedi Survivor. Okay, yeah, cool. Not that it's a bad. Not that Jedi Survivor is a bad game. Not interested. Pause that. Okay, good. The King of Fighters 15. The game's audio is probably kind of soft, which is on purpose. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find. There we go. That's the thing I was looking for. No, I don't. Okay, just making sure that that works correctly. All right. Yeah, I'm probably only going to do like 1 or 2 runs. I'm not going to do like a whole bunch because... Select member. This year's dream match kicks off with an absolutely stacked lineup. I'm not trying to practice it like super hardcore. Don't need that much. But I am going to warm up a little bit beforehand. The plan mostly is to do like maybe 1 or 2 runs of the run I intend to do. For context, what I'm talking about is that I'm going to be speedrunning the story at normal difficulty this upcoming Monday on Games Done Quick for their Unapologetically Black and Fast event. So, main thing I want to do is like just make sure that I'm a little bit warmed up before I go do that. I'm not gonna like go. I'm not playing people in KOF tonight. I don't think. Kind of want to warm up a little bit and make sure that I remember what it is that I'm doing. So we're still gonna do the usual warm up exercise that I do. So trick, right? You want to walk to about... If you're not sure what max range is, you usually just want to like hit them like twice and then wherever you stop. So like max range is like here. Kind of just want to try to walk into at the max range. Again, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 by accident. I have to be a little careful. So 1. So max range is like here. So 1. I have to be a little careful because if I mash too hard, I get that. 1, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Max range of 5B is this. Here-ish. So 1, 2, 5. Max range. This is here. Max range for here. Give or take. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, the whole purpose of doing like 5, if you're really trying to like test for sure to be sure that you know it, then 10 in a row for each is ideal. But 5 is mostly for expediency's sake. 1, 2. And the main reason why I'm going to all this effort with all my standing buttons and then all my crouching buttons. So crouch is like here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crouch HP is really short range. So gonna be here? No, like close enough. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And crouch D is like here. No, it does move forward a little bit, so we get a little bit of wiggle like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So the reason why we do that exercise with all your standing normals, all your crouching normals, and if you have command normals like these, also helps to do it with those. 1. And again, you're aiming to try to hit with the tip. And ideally, regardless of what side you're on, you want like 5 times in a row without missing. If that's a little hard at first, you can start with like 3 and then work your way up from there. But like the main point thereof is mostly so that this is the way that I explain it. And this is sort of the same logic that's used in the Reddit post that I got it from. But the idea is that with this, the idea is that you want to try to set it up such that you are learning the maximum range of your normals, right? Because here's the thing. When you're up this close, if the opponent isn't pressing a button, anything will hit at this close, right? So you don't need to know the minimum range of your buttons because the minimum range of your buttons is literally this. But the maximum range is different for every button, right? So like from here, that'll hit. From here, this'll hit. But like out here, A and B won't hit. Like those don't reach. C won't either. D will, right? My blowback attack, which is heavy punch and heavy kick together, CD, that will too, right? But that's why it's more important that you know the maximum range of your moves than it is the minimum range. Because the minimum range is like here, right? Like, what is the closest possible range I have to be to hit anybody, literally in their face? But the maximum range is different for every move. You can even practice it with your special moves if you want to, but I usually do it with my normals because normals, most of the time, for most characters, are going to be the thing that you're throwing when you're sort of like just trying to walk around, jockeying for space in neutral. Your normals are usually what you're going to be throwing out. Using special moves in neutral, it's not a bad thing, and there are obviously situations where you can do that, and you should do that, but you have to know when and where, right? Like if you see me play Under Night and you see that like occasionally I'm playing like Yuzuriha and I stand like over here and I'm doing long slashes and stuff, that's using special moves in neutral, right? And you can do that. Yeah, so like that's the main thing, right? The trick mostly is that, yeah, your minimum range, you're always going to know what that is. Your maximum range, right? Yeah. So like you use special moves in neutral sometimes, right? But most of the time in terms of like things that you're gonna immediately use is like, oh yeah, I need to like hit this person or like stuff them or do this or do that, right? Your normal buttons and occasionally like your command normals like these, right, will be the things that sort of make up the difference. When I say command normal, to be clear, I mean something like doing forward and punch, or depending on your character, down, forward, and punch. If you're looking at the command list and you're like, what's a command? Stuff that's listed here, right? And so with KOF in particular, since we haven't played it in a while, I'll go over sort of the basics of how KOF works again before we practice the run. So you have 4 buttons in KOF, right? Light punch, light kick, heavy punch, heavy kick. In order in the community, those are usually called A, B, C, D, right? Most, but not all, but most buttons have a close version and a far version, right? And the close and far version of the close and far versions of normals often have different cancel properties. For example, Elizabeth's far D can't cancel that into anything, but her close D, you can. I'll be working on the range pack. I'll be creating the range practice for sure. I keep lifting normals a lot in practice. Yeah, and the main purpose of doing it, and the thing that makes it easier, it's a little bit harder to tell. Even if I had my camera on, you wouldn't be able to tell. The trick, mostly when you're practicing just like this stuff, right? You don't want to look at you. You don't need to look at yourself for that. Ideally, you are looking either at the space between you and your opponent or like right in front of them. And that's your gauge for am I close enough or not. Because the thing that you eventually develop, I should say. So at first, you may find yourself looking at yourself a lot and watching yourself. But one of the things that you want to work on over time is just mostly looking at the space directly between you and your opponent, or like a little bit in front of them. And for KOF in particular, you want to look kind of at the space in between the two of you and a little bit up, like at about waist height for most characters, or a little higher, because hops and things like that in KOF tend to cover this space kind of like right in, like kind of like between you and a little bit above you. And so that's usually the thing that you have to watch for a lot in KOF against other people. But yeah, A, B, C, D. If you're close enough and you continually press the A button, you get a rush combo. And then depending on if you do like AAAB, you get that. AAAC is a level 1 special move if you have to meet it for that. AAAB is a level 2. AAAA is climax if you have it. And it kind of just goes from there. So every now and again, if it's like match point or something, and you just manage to get like a 2A, a crouching A, like a crouching light punch on somebody, you can just go into standing and then mash and go from there. Also, it's like a hop. Yeah, hops are interesting. I play on an arcade stick, so the mechanics of how hops sort of like with hops, I did settle on a team for now, at least. Terry, Ralph, and Robert. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. And I want to say Robert, if that's your selection order as well, then Robert as an anchor works pretty good. Yeah, Terry has point because he's got Power Wave and Rising Tackle and all that other stuff. And he works pretty good as a point character. You don't have to spend a lot of meter with him to be effective necessarily, which is good. Ralph being your mid means that he gets a pretty good amount to work with either which way. And then Ralph, yeah, that's good. That's a good team. I like that team. Okay, I mostly remember that, which is good. Good. I'm going to explain some of that other stuff in a minute. So you have your 4 buttons, right? If you do Heavy Punch and Heavy Kick together, CD, in other words, you get a blowback attack, which knocks the opponent away, forces a crumple. Depending on how close you are to them when that crumple happens, certain characters can like just throw a fireball afterward and then go from there, right? The other thing about blowback attacks is that they are also Harry, Anchor, Ralph, Mid, and Robert Point. No, that works too. Like, the nice thing about your team setup is that it works pretty well because Robert, for example, because of how long his B normals are, he's really good at like just poking and kind of being an annoyance. So he works fine. He works fine as a point character. And Anchor Terry is also good too because Terry, you get a good couple hits and you get a couple hits, you burn a couple things, and then wow, they die. So no, Anchor Terry works fine too. It's the benefit of your team selection is mostly that you can. The benefit of your team selection is mostly that you can, if you want to swap that for whatever reason in a given matchup against somebody, because you're like, oh no, I trust my Robert more against this person that's running point, or vice versa, then you can do that, and your team effectiveness doesn't really change all that much, which is good. But yeah, hops and stuff. Let me talk about that some. So the main difference, aside from the fact that like Street Fighter is 6 buttons, KOF has 4, right? We have blowback attack and all that other stuff. But Juno was also talking about hopping, right? So hops and jumps. So basically in KOF, if you tap up, back, or up, forward. So up, back is 7, up is 8, up, forward is 9. If you just tap them a little bit, or if you want to be sure that you're not going to like mess up, if you do the input and then immediately move your input or lever down, it will usually help keep you from accidentally like holding it and getting a full jump. Right? So as you can see, hops don't take you nearly as high, but the moves that you do from hops still count as overheads. So with a hop, right? With a hop, you can in fact set up combos from lights relatively easily. There are times where you still want to like do like full jumps and things like that, but more often than not, if you're trying to cover ground very quickly, you can just hop. Right? If you tap down and then if you tap down very quickly and then hold up, you get super jumps like this, right? But you can only super jump forward or backward. You can't super jump straight up. However, you can also get, so this is a regular hop, right? However, if you're careful, you can also do hyper hops. So normal hop here, hyper hop here, right? And for hyper hop, you do the down tap and then do a hop input, and you get a hyper hop, which covers more ground. If you are new to KOF, do not worry about doing hyper hops yet. Hyper hops are very useful for like covering big amounts of space, but they can also be a pain in the ass to get right. So don't feel like pressured to like, oh, I got to figure out how to do hyper hops or I can't play KOF. Hops in general are an important part of KOF, but it takes a little getting used to the actual input, right? Because either you learn how to tap your analog stick or D-pad very lightly, or you figure out how to do the tap in the input for jump and then very quickly tap down in order to keep yourself from like going too far over. And you can kind of go from there. So the major other distinction for Street Fighter in particular that KOF has is that most light normals up close, as well as most heavy normals up close, can be canceled into command moves. So Liz has this command as this is a command move, right? So you can do it standalone, and if she hits with it standalone, she can special cancel it. That's all cool, right? If I do close C, so close heavy punch, right? I can then cancel it into that. And because of that, I can then do stuff like this. Right? So, bup, 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 bup. I use an arcade stick and I've been using the up and down quickly technique, but I haven't quite got it down yet. Yeah, it takes a little getting used to, but it works. When you are ready to do hyper hops, Juno, a thing that you can do with a hyper hop is once you've also gotten used to how quarter circles work, you can do quarter circle forward and then push to up, and if you do it quickly enough, that gets you a hyper hop forward. Quarter circle back, ending in up back, will get you a hyper hop backwards. Yeah, if I really wanted to like flop. So yeah, that's so basic combo theory in KOF. If you can get it, is if you really want to do max damage, it's to get into like long combos. It's heavy. It's like close heavy, command normal, and then you do your stuff. Basically, is usually the way that you do it. There's another layer to it to get into, but I also want to make sure that we have at least some time to do the actual run, so I can't talk about all of it. The main other things to remember with KOF is that you can do basically 3 types of super move, right? You have a regular desperation move, which is just whatever input, and then either punch or kick, depending on what it is. So Elizabeth has 2 DMs. This one, and this one. Hang on. Damn. Wait, that reaches how far? Excuse me? Wow. Lol. Lamau. Okay. That's silly as shit, but we take those. So. And as you can see, you can cancel a level 1. You can cancel a level 1 DM into a level 2 DM if you have the meter for it. So level 1 takes 1. As you can see from the 5 going to a 4. Level 2 takes 2. Yeah. Pup, pup. And the nice thing about KOF is that despite how fast it looks like I have to put these combos in, the game is a little more forgiving than it looks on that front. So if you are trying to like learn a combo in this game and you're trying to do the inputs really fast, take your time, do them a little slower. advice that I should follow from time to time that I don't. So yeah, basically the thing about KOF that's also sort of sets it apart from Street Fighter, even Street Fighter 6, is that when combos get long enough, and you have enough meter, you kind of just kick the shit out of people. That's normal in KOF. But usually, if you want to like cash out for big damage in KOF, you need a lot of meter. If you don't have meter, it doesn't work out like that. There are other foibles to this that I will explain at some other point, but that's the basics of how KOF works. There are some things that I've omitted and not talked about, like max mode and things like that. But I do want to get in at least 1 or 2 practice runs of the actual game. And the run itself, I put in the estimate for UBAF at like 30 minutes, give or take. My last run was like 23 minutes and 41 seconds. So I want to see how that goes. So, for the actual speed run, I'm doing it at CPU level 3, which is normal. And the team that we are using is this one. Rock, Howard, Elizabeth, and Sherry. So, I will start the timer when the opening movies start, basically. I will be skipping most of the cutscenes when and where I can in order to save time. So, yeah, time is going to start in approximately, let's see, 3, 2, now. So, KOF is traditionally a 3-on-3 game, as you can sort of see here, right? And the whole point primarily is that you I'm gonna skip these also, just to kind of save time. And so basically the idea is that your first character in KOF starts with your first character in KOF usually starts with like no meter, right? You can get up to a maximum of 3 with your first character. Oops. Careful here. So, yeah, as you can see, right, you can in fact use hops. You can stuff hops by using jabs and things like that. So that's why earlier I was saying the main thing you want to do is like you want to really watch that area in front of you and your opponent, because if they hop at you a lot, you can just do like a standing light punch, like a 5A, and just like bah, knock them out of the air. That's fair. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, and basically in between rounds in KOF, depending on how quickly you have beaten the previous opponent, you get some life back. So the faster you go, the better, ideally. Let's see. Wrong one.
This competitor is too strong. Select order.
So yeah, I should probably do the splits at. I should probably do the splits at the actual announcements instead of when I am doing them because that messes me up a little bit. So yeah, the thing I'm also practicing while we're doing this tonight is where and when I should be doing my splits so that I can like accurately get the recorded time. Yeah, there we go. I've been wanting to do that mostly. Ah, that doesn't work. Yeah, ideally, with a lot of characters, usually in King of Fighters, if you're trying to like set up a combo from light moves, for example, ideally you do the thing that I just did, where you're not just gonna go like, I'm gonna just like do one of these and then like do it. You want to hit a couple times like that, what we call a hit confirm, to make sure, hey, did I actually hit them or not? So yeah, the nice thing about 2Bs, crouching light kicks in KOF, is that for a lot of characters, they tend to be long and you can cancel them into themselves, which means that they're like a good way to get things set up. Shouldn't just one crouch block? Yeah. And you just saw that Meiten-kun did a roll there. So in KOF, you do have the ability, if you do light punch and light kick together, to like roll past projectiles and things like that. But the main trade-off for I got hit by Shadow Strike. That's unfortunate. The main trade-off for a roll is that you can throw people when they roll, and throwing in this game is
Select order.
yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing the splits specifically when I either hit the round announcements or something else. Because I think it makes sense when it says, hey, you're on bout 3, now do it. And as you can see, occasionally we do get like mixed teams here in this game, or in story mode. Excepting the DLC characters who came on a team. So like most of the first, I want to say 3 sets of DLC characters were all parts of specific teams. There's Angel doing Angel things. A lot of the other DLC characters that have come out more recently are basically what we call single entries, which means that they don't have like a team assigned to them. So if you get one of those characters on a team in arcade mode, it usually turns out to be a random team like this one.
Reach for the top. Ready? Go.
Okay. I messed up. I did it wrong. Damn it. I'm doing it too early. Okay. There we go. And that killed.
Is this fight already over?
Yeah.
For the top.
TLDR, Geese is Rock's dad. Rock was instead raised by Terry Bogard, the same Terry that Juno was mentioning earlier. Basically, Terry is Rock's surrogate dad, and is probably a better choice for dad than Geese is, to be honest about it. Ah, right. There we go. Okay. Yep, got that. Movie is here. Yeah, I'm gonna do splits at the
Your next challenger is
yeah, I'm gonna do splits at the actual at these actual screens when it says the start of the next stage, because then one, it makes it easier for me to remember when that's happening, and two, I can kind of like go from there.
her sadist queen demeanor ain't for show because she'll whip ya and whip you good. Round one.
So yeah, Whip's main thing is that she likes to play a mid-range game that mostly lets her like control space really well. Good Whip players do shit like that all the time, basically. Yeah. So she can hold that stance, walk forward or backward. And the thing is that the move that she uses in that stance, where she holds the where she's holding her whip like in that wide sort of like that, the move that she uses for that is determined by the player themselves when they go into it, and they all look the same. You cannot tell which version of that move Whip is using just by looking at her. You're kind of making a guess. Got hit by EX Fireball. So yeah, that little halfway marker for the super meter is there so that you know where the halfway point is. Because if you use 2 punches to 2 kicks to do a special move instead of 1, that's when you get that yellow flash on those special moves. That's an EX special move. And EX special moves usually have different properties from their normal versions in ways that will either make them more safe or let you get combos or things like that. You see me use EX hard knuckle a lot with Rock as a combo setup. After that, right? I'm dead. Alright. We might still be able to save time, though. So Maxima will be back to like nearly like 70 or 80% health. Yeah. Those little ticks that you see on the health bar are basically like 100 health markers, basically. So every one of those, the space in between every one of those represents like 100 health, basically. That's good. Got that.
Select order.
Okay, and then
Which team will clinch their spot in the finals?
all right. We're doing pretty good. So the first 2 sections I was a little bit kind of messed up, but as you can sort of see there, the last 2 have been golds. And I've been skipping the intro cutscenes mostly just because just to help keep the time going. My estimate for the actual run is 30 minutes just in case some shenanigans happen and I like completely shut down on game day. But if I don't like absolutely botch it, we should be relatively good as far as that goes. But not discounting anything, because the bosses, like the mid boss and the final boss in this game, can be kind of fucking miserable.
Now or never. Ready? Go.
Not the move I wanted to do, actually. I wanted to do that. See, EX. Do that. So the interesting thing about Rock is that he can do what's called a break. Not like snap break, but like stop a car break, right? 2 of his special moves he can do that with. Well, I guess technically 3 if you want to count the other one. But yeah, with his with the C version of Rising Tackle, right? If you put in a roll input, like right when he hits them with the shoulder, ooh, damn. Like here, I messed it up. I was thinking about it. But yeah, you do. Yeah, the final boss is a pain. Luckily, Juno, you get to see me show you how to do some cheese for the final boss. Unless you already know it. In which case, I will not presume to tell. Shucks, I did that too early. I did that split a second too early. But whatever. If you do not already know the cheese for the final boss, you will get to see it tonight, actually.
Don't forget to bow in her presence. Those who forget their manners may be subject to round one. Ready? Go!
Yep. Braking doesn't work when locked, I think. That's not too bad. I like cheese. Good. Then you will enjoy what I have to show you shortly. So yeah, you see how I did Rising Tackle, just the shoulder portion, and then stopped? That's the break of that. So ideally, the way that you want to do this is that you get like that, right? Hang on. Ideally, you get that break, and then you do HP hard knuckle, and after HP hard knuckle, you can then throw out like a super move and basically kind of like end it there. If you have enough meter, you can get even more expensive after the EX hard knuckle and do EX overhead kick. Like that. And you throw on a little more damage in exchange for that. I got hit by that. But yeah, Ash is normally sort of like Guile from Street Fighter. He's a charge character. So like that's a charge input, that's a charge input. But the main thing is that charge times in KOF, that's a charge input also, I think. But charge inputs in KOF are generally a lot shorter than they are in are a little shorter than they are in Street Fighter. Like Street Fighter, depending on the character, you have to charge for like at least half a second, like a little bit more than half a second, like 40 to 50 frames, depending on the character usually. KOF you usually get like 30 or 35 for characters that have charge inputs. Which is mostly because KOF is much more aggressive in terms of like, because of how much more aggressively characters move, your charge times have to be shorter accordingly. But I shouldn't be jumping so much. Okay. I fucked up. There we go. I didn't want to approach because I was going to get fucked up if I got too close. Okay. So yeah, TLDR, if you remember that that young lady that we were fighting in the training room, her power went berserk and we got reverse instead. She's not this character. Her powers have run out of control and made the mid boss. I played Guile on Street Fighter 6 and Ash and KOF last time I dabbled, and that charge time difference is throwing me off every time. Yeah. It's because generally speaking, Street Fighter 6 is generally, but not always, more slow paced, which is why they do it that way. So yeah, the main thing to know about mid bosses and final bosses in KOF is that they usually, because you fight them on their own. Well, I don't think Reverse has more health. I know that the final boss definitely has like. Oop. Good. So yeah, as you can see, like the mid boss does not have anything particularly notable in terms of like extra health or things like that. The final boss though will absolutely the final boss is definitely a lot less kind about that. We're ahead enough that I can like stop and like actually explain a little bit. Generally, the way that like King of Fighters has worked since I want to say around like KOF 95 forward is that you have a couple of fights. You have the mid. You have like the mid boss and the mid boss demo, which is what we just fought and finished earlier. And this is the final boss demo, followed by the final boss, Otomaraga. Right? So, here's the thing. For Otomaraga specifically, I am putting Shermie first. And there's a reason for this. The reason why I'm putting Shermie first here is part of the cheese strategy. So, here's the secret. Trying to fight Otomaraga in a fair fight is it hurts. Don't do that. How you deal with Otomaraga easily is very straightforward. You pick a character that has at least one command grab. Oops. I need to be a little careful on the timing or I'm going to fuck up and get killed. Fuck. Yeah, like basically, this is how you deal with the Tomaraga. If you have a character that has a command throw, that's literally all you need. Yep. But like, no, trying to fight her fair is like not worth it. Don't do that. And that's time.
All eyes are on the winner of that fierce fight. Winner!
So yeah, I was off of my PB by, it looks like, no, I might have actually, hang on. So, I don't know. Was that better than my actual PB? I'm not sure. Beaten some of my best times. I want to update them. Yes. All right. Let me. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to see my history. I don't remember if I actually beat my best time or not. Because I have forgotten how to read. I've forgotten how to read my splits. So I have no idea if that was actually my better than my previous time or not. Lol. Hang on. Let me check my settings. I don't know. I might have beat my last best one, and I don't remember. Lol. I might have messed up and accidentally gotten rid of that. These little times under here tell you my best time, like basically are roughly like my best for each individual stage. So yeah, that was 21 minutes 42 seconds. I think when I did it before, hang on, I can double check right now. What did the timer say last time? Hold on, because I can compare it directly to my YouTube.com. I can compare it directly to the submission video that I made for GDQ, and I just remembered that. So playlists. Let me see. Speed run submissions and events. Yeah, I had to make them a little small so I could like actually do that. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my previous time was 23:41. So yeah, I literally cut yeah. Like if you look here, like this is the submission video I did. Or unapologetic. Yeah, I was at 23:41 by the look of it. Yeah, 23:41. So, and then the one that we just did just now was 21:40. It was like 21:26 actually. So that's even better. Let's see. Edit layout. Hang on. Yeah, so yeah, maybe even shorter than that. Now that I think about it, because it looks like I'm just fixing the layout real quick. Okay, yeah, there we go. And now I can save this layout as yeah. So yeah. So by the look of it, right? Like here, I think we're back. So yeah, as you can see here, right? Final boss demo and the was 23:41 over here. Here, 21:40. Here, 21:42. So yeah, I cut it by about literally 2 minutes. Lol. So yeah, that's the run I'm gonna be doing this Monday on Unapologetically Black and Fast. We're just gonna do a speed run of KOF 15 story mode. I am anticipating basically, yeah, I put in as my estimate 30 minutes just so I could have like time for like talking before and after and things like that. But the actual run itself, I figure, is going to be in about this bucket, I think. Ideally, it's something like 21 to 23 minutes. Give or take, is what I am ideally. This is what I'm hoping for. So yeah, lol, haha, Lamau, 2 minutes or so. Hang on, somebody asked me a thing. Hang on, just gotta do a thing real quick. Somebody asked me a favor. I think this is... Where is it? Gonna knock this thing out real quick, and then I'm in a mood, so we can actually play like an actual little bit of KOF. So exit that. Yeah, save my split. Huh. I thought I saved the splits already, but I guess not. Let me see. Lives. Oh, let's see. Yeah. So, yeah, 21 minutes, 42 seconds, 42 milliseconds is where we are going to hold that, I think. J-Rock is up on Lubath, which is cool. Okay. So let's see here. All right, so that's handled and all that. Okay, cool. Oh no, J-Rock is hosting rather. Okay. We'll do like a little bit of KOF, maybe. Let's maybe play like a little bit of ranked on KOF. I feel the itch a little. We can do that. Play a little bit of it. See how that goes, and then we will switch over to probably Tekken, maybe Street Fighter. I haven't played Street Fighter in like a minute. I'm feeling it. But yeah, lol. Beat my own PB by like 2 minutes. That's pretty chill. But yeah, now I can actually sort of explain some of how KOF actually works now that like I've gotten that run out of the way. So yeah, I've already talked about the way that the combo system generally works, EX moves, rolls, things like that. A couple things that I have not yet covered. As you can see, there's this little blue bar above your super meter that says max mode okay. If you do heavy punch and light kick together, so BC, you enter what's called max mode. The length of max mode increases the fewer characters you have left on your team. And there are 2 ways to activate max mode. Regular max mode, which I just did, and quick max mode, which is off of a cancelable normal. With quick max, it only lasts half as long, while normal max mode has a much longer duration and increases the damage that you do. So the main point of max mode is that it cuts down the meter cost of your meter cost of your super moves, and your EX moves no longer take up meter. They take chunks out of the max meter instead. So whether you do raw max mode or quick max mode, the main point of activating max mode is that you are basically like, all right, fuck it, we ball. We're cashing in meter here. Max mode is proportionately more powerful, right? The fewer characters that you have. So yeah, like if you have one character left and you have like 5 super meter and you do raw max mode and you get a hit on somebody, they kind of just die. Hang on, I gotta get my brain out of speedrunning mode for a second, because I was trying to rush. But yeah, as you can see, Benimaru can use his Raijinken to sort of to stop projectile approaches. Oops. There we go. They're not feeling super confident, so I can push a little. I'm gonna get back a little bit of health, but not nearly as much as I would have if I'd kill fast, which is fine, right? I have to get my brain out of speedrunning mode because it's gonna push me to make mistakes that I shouldn't be making. I need to like actually play this like I'm fighting against somebody. Fuck, rolled right into it. So yeah, Athena's main thing is kind of like what you see here, right? Like if you try to like stay disengaged with her, she has a reflector and things like that to kind of just like force the issue. I got thrown. And that's corner carry. I didn't want to do that one. Nope, that's not safe. There we go. So yeah, normally, like, Athena's thing is that she likes to sort of, like, not approach you and stay really far out and just, like, throw fireballs and pest you that way. And if you have a projectile, she'll use Reflector to, like, do other stuff. Kula generally kind of gets by with, like, really good normals. She also has a Reflector, as well as, like, Ice Breath to, like, stop projectiles where they are. I fucked up. Good DP. Oh. Yeah, I got hit by this one. That's fine. They will get a little bit over 50% health because it was like sub 40 seconds. Yeah. They got a good chunk pack. But I got 2 characters to their 1. They have to like run it back through both like my Elizabeth and my Shermie. And so yeah. Careful, careful. Got thrown and frozen. I did that wrong. Fuck. I almost had it, and I messed up the inputs a little because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Yep. I'm still thinking like I'm speedrunning, and that's not helping right now. I need to like not do that. Yeah, they have the life lead, so that's why they're not like coming in. So, another important thing that's good to know about KOF. If you knock somebody down and you run up to them, right? If you stand too close to them, you will get hit with a wake-up throw, because throws in this game, they don't have, like, regular throws in this game do not have a whiff animation. So if you are close to somebody and you attempt to do a normal throw, which is like you either hold forward or back and then press either heavy punch or heavy kick, the direction does not matter in terms of which direction the throw puts them. It's the button that you use for it. There we go. Yeah, my brain is still like halfway in speedrunning mode, which is why I'm playing a little sloppier, because my brain is a little sloppy because I'm thinking like I'm thinking like I'm still speedrunning, and I can't get my brain to stop, which is bad in this case because I need to like I need to actually be paying attention to the opponent I'm fighting and not thinking about like how do I beat them quickly. Speed is good though. Do not stop until Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, if I'm playing against actual people though, I have to actually take a second and assess what they're doing. If I play against them like they are the CPU, then that is kind of like defeating the point a little. But yeah, you notice that's why I didn't approach nearly as closely as I did last time. Oh right, that auto corrects. Fuck. Ah, I tried to do the command throw, and they got me. Wrong speed. And that's why you have to vary your fireball speeds. Because, as y'all saw, she tried to do the reflector, but because I threw a slow fireball from further out, right? And because I threw a slow fireball from further out, it caused the reflector to like get fucked up because the active frames for the reflector ended well before then. Whoops. And you saw they tried to like roll past me, but I threw them instead. That might put me close to 50% health, but because it was like sub 40. But before 30 seconds? Yeah, almost, but not quite. I don't think. Wonder if Psycho Ball tennis is possible with reflectors. Hey Sasha. I meant to. EX would have been really good there. I would have been able to probably kill off the touch. Let's see. Nope. Yep. BP. Yep. Alright, let's see. No, too close. See? I got close there because I wanted to do a crouching light kick, a 2B, but I was too close. And so they put in the throw input and I got. So if you're trying to like do like if you're trying to do like what we call okizeme, pressure on an opponent that's knocked down in KOF, you have to sort of like, you don't want to stand like halfway away from them or anything like that. It's not like that serious, but you do want to stand back a little bit, just so that if they try to do like a wake up throw, again, there are no throw whiff animations in this game for normal throws, so like you'll like a normal or a command normal will come out instead. You're funny. They actually hit me with the taunt. It's like, why? Anyway. So yeah, Elizabeth's main thing is that while she's not as mobile as Kula is in some aspects, Elizabeth's main thing is that her normals are pretty good. They're a little awkward in some ways and a little bit difficult to control in terms of like, oh yeah, like her normals do XYZ, right? Their angles are a little bit awkward, but her heavy normals especially have really good range, and particularly good for Elizabeth. Her far heavy punch, her far C is also special cancelable. So she like reaches out and just like does that little funny looking like reach out and like touch chop, and then she can like do other stuff afterward. It's very good. So we got an actual match of KOF in. I want to play some Tekken. I think I want to play Tekken. I feel like playing Tekken right now. Because we practiced the run. We got another 2 minutes down on the PB. And I'm good with that. I am fine with that. So let's play some Tekken. All right, and then on stream. But yeah, hopefully you're doing well, Sasha. Good to see you as always. But yeah, and probably in like a couple weeks, I figure that we will wind up going back to Street Fighter 6. Probably anyway. The main thing is that like I've just mostly been in like Tekken and other games mood, mostly because I made Master with Cammy in Street Fighter 6, and I'm happy about that, and I'm proud of that. But it's also one of those things where it's like I haven't felt like, not that like, oh, I don't want to play Street Fighter anymore, right? Makes Gabby hints at her controller at home. Yeah, alas. Okay, good. I don't actually want to do story mode. Alright. Let's go to practice mode. Who is it tonight? I don't know. Someday you will see how many Leo claims. I'm looking forward to that. I only have I have 2 for Azucena and 1 for Xiaoyu, and that's about it right now. Let me just remind myself of like what game I'm playing though. So, the thing about Tekken in particular, right? So, I guess it makes sense for me to actually switch over to Tekken from KOF, because Tekken is also a 4-button game. So, the common parlance, at least in the Western Tekken community, is 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't like that, so I prefer to use what like the Asian community does, which is numpad notation. So left punch, left kick, right kick, right? So the main thing that sort of, aside from like the whole 3D movement thing in Tekken, right? One of the main sort of distinctifying points of Tekken in the overall is, aside from like the movement stuff, is that usually like move lists in Tekken are really big, right? Like infamously so, right? Like ideally, or at least in a general sense, right? We have, so not counting these 6 things up here, Azucena has like 113 different individual entries in her list, right? Do not have to like worry about all of those, really. Not immediately, right? Mostly when playing Tekken, the key things that you really want out of a character, you want to figure out what we call your I-10 is. You see how that thing that says attack startup frames there, right? It says 10. So your I-10 moves, right, are the fastest moves that you have in Tekken. In other fighting games, like for example with Street Fighter, the fastest normal you have comes out in 4 frames, 4/60ths of a second. In Tekken, the fastest move that you have comes out in 10 frames. Like there are no moves in this game that are faster than 10 frames. So if you know, for example, in Tekken, which moves of yours hit what we call I-10, or like are 10 frames fast, those are the moves that you use as like your quick interrupts, right? Unlike in a lot of other 2D fighting games or 2.5D fighting games like a Street Fighter or King of Fighters, where ideally you want to be blocking low by default, and then you only stand up to block when somebody's doing a jumping attack, or what we call a standing overhead. In Tekken, you invert that, right? Generally in Tekken, you want to block high and block lows here, right? A mid, right, in Tekken must be blocked standing, right? So mid in Tekken, you have to block that standing. If you try to crouch block a middle attack in Tekken, you're gonna get done up. By comparison, what most 2D or 2.5D fighting games call a mid, you can usually block standing or crouching, which is why usually the distinction now is low versus overhead. But a mid in a fighting game, in a 2D fighting game specifically, so not something like Tekken or Soul Calibur or even like DOA, so like Street Fighter, King of Fighters, etc., like those games that don't really have like sidesteps and stuff, a mid you can block standing or crouching. In Tekken and like Virtua Fighter and Soul Calibur, a mid has to be blocked standing. So ideally, right, this means, and then obviously if a move hits high, you also have to block standing. So in most 2D fighting games, if you're blocking low, it covers mid attacks and low attacks in 2D fighting games, which means that you don't have to worry about overheads unless somebody's jumping or you know they have a standing. So in like a Street Fighter or King of Fighter or things like that, or King of Fighters or things like that, you generally block low unless you have reason to believe otherwise. In Tekken, it's the reverse. You generally block high unless you have a reason to believe somebody's gonna go low. But yeah, generally speaking, if you're like, I don't know how to play Tekken, I don't know where to start, people are killing me with combos and stuff. Aside from like the fact that like you can, for example, right, even this forward dash that I'm doing here, I can like I can cancel that by walking back if I really need to, right? Or I can even, like, cancel the dash. So yeah, aside from the fact that, like, in Tekken, you generally can move a lot more freely than you can in most 2D fighting games, right? The main things, if you're like, I'm just starting Tekken, how am I supposed to, like, there's a lot of things. And I don't know Tekken nearly as well as a lot of other, hey Cal, I don't know Tekken nearly as well as, like, a lot of other fighting games that I know how to play. But the general thing, at least as far as how I play Tekken, is that I generally make sure that I know one or two good low attacks that I can do from a standing position. Did Azucena floss in her idol? Yes, she did. I don't think it was in her. Nah, it wasn't in her lipstick. It wasn't in Liberator. It was in something else. But yeah. She did, in fact. She did. You didn't imagine that. But how you doing, Cal? Hopefully well. But yeah. So generally, if you're like, I don't know what I should be doing in Tekken, how do I begin to learn how to play this? I don't know a lot. There are a lot of things about this game that I don't know because it is literally... There's a lot. There is, like, a lot going on in Tekken. But the general rule of thumb, if you don't know where to start, is figure out which of your moves are, like, I-10s, which start up pretty quickly. You want, like, a good mid, just to, like, catch people that are trying to, like, duck. Because you can, when people are attacking you and you're blocking, it is possible in certain circumstances to duck under the attack that they're going to do next and then pop them for it. But if you know when and how to throw a mid attack, then they try to duck, they get hit by the mid, and they kind of just eat shit. It's very useful, right? And then if you have any lows that are, like, relatively quick, if you have any so yeah, that's sort of like the basics of how you do Tekken stuff. I am grossly overlooking a lot of stuff, like how to, like, recover and get up and things like that. But that's because that's stuff that I don't know very well, and I am still learning some of the intricacies of things like, hey, how do you get up? Bit cold at the moment because hungry, otherwise well. How are you? I'm doing all right. I did see that you called me huggable, and I did not ignore that for clarity's sake. But I'm here to throw hands. So if I acknowledge that, I'll die. Anyway.
Get ready for the next battle.
But yeah. This is perfect because, one, I am learning Tekken 8 because I want to play it, but two, because I want to do commentary. Hey Cole, how you doing? Hopefully well. Good to see you. Also, Azucena may end up being my main as well. She seems like a lot of fun. Azucena is... The only way I can describe this character is that she is aggro goonery in the best possible way. It's very, very fun. I enjoy playing Azucena a lot. I am technically a Shoyu player by more experience. Doing alright, getting better, and trying to have a good start to the weekend. Alright, hold on, let's see. Yep, Death Fist. Wait, is Death Fist a heat engager now? That's wild. He's not, so y'all saw, right? Yeah, I'm doing alright. But y'all saw that when I was hitting Paul with a certain set of things, right? Like when I was trying to do that, like Paul ducked it. Y'all saw it, right? So yeah, even in Tekken, when people are attacking you, right? It's not always possible, but there are many strings that are not necessarily airtight in terms of like, oh, what the Tekken community calls jailing, right? There are some strings that don't jail you. Whoops. Ooh, that was a. That's fair. Ah, DKO. That low Paul. Yeah, basically. Yep, fair.
Crearé el café perfecto para ti.
I love this Azucena custom so much because those earrings are really pretty. The only earrings I actually like in the customization kit. The only thing I don't like about this particular hairstyle is that it covers her eyes in that intro. Death Fist. Yeah, see? Y'all saw that. Y'all saw it, right? He ducked it. Fair. And then I got hit with the low. Up. I want to do that. I try not to use that one in particular very often because that's good. Fair. Yep, Death Fist. Right, let's see. Sabroso! So, the main mechanic that got added to Tekken, if you see that little blue bar underneath my health bar, it's called the heat meter. Certain attacks that I do are called heat engagers, which will automatically put me in heat state if they hit. And while I'm in heat state, some of my moves have different properties than they normally do. Ouch. Fair. Good throw. Sit down. So yeah, the basic idea, right? You can either do it,
¿No crees?
you can either do what's called a heat smash, which I'll show you what it looks like. You can either do a heat smash, which automatically takes like a quarter of your heat gauge when you do it and hit successfully. Or you can do a heat engager, right? Everybody only has, or that's probably the wrong term, I think. Heat smash is the one that you use afterward. TLDR. You can either activate heat state raw, like I just did, or you have specific moves that when you use them will activate heat state on their own if they hit. Right? So for example, one of Azucena's heat engager moves is that. Yeah. And so for Azucena in particular, what happens is that when she's in heat, that stance that you see me take sometimes, where it's like my body looks like that stance you see her take sometimes, where her body seems to go a little bit forward. Oops, that was a. Yeah, so basically there are certain enhancements that she gets while she's in Librador stance, which is that sort of like forward leaning, this one, that forward leaning stance that I do. There's certain advantages that she gets in that state while heat is engaged. Okay. Yeah, as you can also see, Librador stance also has a benefit in that it Librador stance's other benefit is that it automatically parries high and low attacks, not mids though. Fair. Yep. Ah, no. Couldn't have. That's plus. Don't press the button, Sean. Ah. I might die, though. Yeah. So, the main thing about heat engagers and... yeah, see? So, like, high attacks and low attacks when Azucena is in Librador are not a good idea. If she's in heat and you trigger one of those little slips on her part, then ah, fuck. I needed to like back up a little bit. I did not have the fame advantage there. If I backed up a little bit first, I might have been able to get away with doing a heat smash where you trade in the rest of your heat time. Or and yes, I saw the joke that Cal made. Nina's fucked up in this game. This is like the first time I think I fought one.
This should be fun.
Round one. Fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're finished.
No. And that's what I was waiting for. That's the heat smash right there. You use up the remainder of your heat, your time in heat, in order to like pop people in the face.
Round three. Fight.
There. Oh, that was good. Yeah, that's fair. I got caught. I should have probably tried for something else after I got the dodge. Oh yeah, that was good. That's plus. Yeah, I didn't have enough health to like soak that, which is unfortunate.
Final round. Fight.
Yep, they anticipated the low kick get up. Yeah. That's annoying. It's fine though, I'll hold that.
Past your bedtime?
Probably if I'd been mashing like just a little bit less, I probably would have been able to like pull that back. But I was the main thing that I am unfortunately still absolutely fucking terrible at is
Get ready for the next battle.
oh god, that's relatable. Also hi Ashay, good evening. Hey Tabira. But yeah, like the main thing that I know is going to absolutely be like my sticking point in Tekken is that I need to stop mashing so much. Hey Khan. I can't believe it. Khan actually made it to the stream while I'm playing Tekken. Also, yeah, Khan, if I fuck up and do things that I'm not supposed to be doing with Azucena, wait until I'm back between rounds before you tell me anything, because I can't read it while also playing. I guarantee you that I am not going to see it. I got hit by that. I don't love Lily because eat the rich, but also she's awful pretty. Yeah. I have thought several times about learning how to play Lily. Leave for the end of my break, gotta go. Alright. Catch you later, Sasha. Good to see you. Wow, running 3-2 more. Khan, I said don't say it while I'm in the middle of playing. I'll take the advice, but not while I'm in the middle of the set. I can't think that fast. Fuck. I'm just fucking with you. Okay. Fair.
Round 3.
That's also fair. Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do, nope. I got fucked. I couldn't tell which so that was. Ah, false! One of my regular Tekken friends taught me I need to low more. Yeah. Whoops, that's my own fault. No.
Final round. Fight.
Ah! False. There. No, I got hit by that. No, grosso. Nope, I'm gonna get hit. If I just waited! This is what I'm talking about when I say I mashed too much. Because literally if I just waited, I could have literally just pressed 1 and 2 together and just punched Lily right in her nose, and it would have been a done deal. But I fucked it up because I was mashing too much. I got intoxicated by the power of Librador, and I got fucked up. If I just waited a little bit, I would have been fine. She's not blocking low. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Khan. I was thinking that it's like she's looking too hard for the lib 1-2. So it's like all I really have to do is like just lib d4-4, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have to get her afraid of it again before I get to pull it off. Whoops, I'm thinking too hard again. Fuck. Yeah, I'm thinking too hard. Give me a sec. Yeah, I'm thinking too hard. I'm thinking too hard. I'm getting fucked up. Give me a second and my brain will snap it into place. Yep, okay. So yeah, they're still doing that. Alright. There we go. That's the move Khan was talking about. God damn it. On the other hand, now I'm pretty sure that if they assume I'm gonna mash, now I can probably bait out Rage Art a lot more easily if I pay a little more attention. There we go. Sit down.
Round 3. Fight.
Didn't get put on today's What If Works since I tuned in Fighting Friday. It's good to see you, Khan. Nope, wasn't close enough for the wall running. There we go. Yeah. I figured it out. They just mash Rage Art when they're in range for it, and they get scared that they're gonna get that they think they can mash me out. They'll do it. Which basically just means I need to. Fuck. If I wanted to do lib, I could have done lib 4-4 out of D4-4 out of that, but I was asleep again. Why is it not coming out? Because I'm mashing. There we go. Alright. Ah. No, god damn it! Every time. Oh! I'm mashing too much. I hate it. Literally, if I just waited, because I waited a little bit after the, and I should have known better, because immediately after the heat engage, of course they wouldn't press it, because I've got plus frames. So if I'd waited just a little longer, just a little, then it would have been perfect, basically, because it would have mashed Rage Art, and then it would be like, alright, easy done. Pop you right in your face, just like... Just popped him with that and would have been a done deal. But I fucked it up. So I gotta hold that. Okay. I'm gonna make Khan a little bit upset now and switch characters. Because it's time. So yeah, if Azucena's whole thing is that she has extremely oppressive offense that gives her like a lot of like heavy aggravating momentum, right? Shoryu's whole thing is pressure and Okizeme via things like hypnotist stance and ducking under people's stuff with Art of Phoenix and things like that. Shoryu is just, she annoys the fuck out of people and it's great. I love playing this character. This is actually the character that I main in Tekken. Insofar as I have a main in Tekken, it's her. There. If I actually remember how to play this character, don't fuck up. This is like the first time I fought against Yoshimitsu in this game specifically, so... it was... Nope, didn't have enough frames to like do a proper hypnotist setup. That's my own fault. Oops. Yeah, mashing again. Ah. They interrupted my heat smash. It's unfortunate because if they hadn't, it would have died. Yeah, plus... Okay. Fair. Oh, that's fair. Yep. So yeah, that's Shoryu's whole thing, right? Is that while you sort of have to like feel out the way that her stance stuff works and things like that, she's really good at putting pressure on people in ways that is really aggravating for them to deal with if they don't know how to deal with it. Yep, that's fair. Ah, goddamn. Yeah. So I gotta start trying to think a little bit more about the mids again. I think it's a low. Yep, that's fair. Okay, I see. So I need to start doing something a little different. So now I gotta start hitting something little. I gotta present something a little different out of back turn. Hey, Vinny. Yeah, I got. Who is this purple Yoshimitsu? I want to say that this might be his outfit from like Tekken 5 or 6. I don't remember. Maybe it was his outfit in 7. I don't quite remember. But this is one of his outfits from one of the previous Tekken games. Not this one, but it is one from one of the previous ones. Yeah, that's fair. Whew. That's fair. Yep. Messed up a little. I have not yet learned one of the most important things for Xiaoyu, which is proper way to set up Hypnotist. The main thing about Xiaoyu in particular is that she has a walking stance called Hypnotist, which is really good for her to like create a lot of like really fucked up pressure situations with it. There.
Round 4. Fight.
Yep. Alright. I got my throw. Alright. Yeah, I got hit by that. Alright, let's see what we got. Plus. There we go. They tried to throw me, but I was a little bit out of range, so I threw him back. He's like, get fucked.
Get ready for
So
the
yeah,
next
the hypnotist stance that I was talking about that I have not been able to like really figure out the proper way to do. That's hypnotist, right? You can walk in either direction with hypnotist. That's Art of Phoenix. But yeah. And the main thing about hypnotist is that if you wait for a certain period of time, if you walk for a certain amount of time in hypnotist, it lets you set up certain combos, right? So 1 step in hypnotist is that, 2 is that, 3 is this. Right? And so the idea, especially if you really know how to actually use Shoyu, like if you really know how to use Shoyu correctly, is that you get enough time to like set up hypnotist and basically make people have to guess between like a mid, a low, and the other thing that you can do out of it. Like having to hang on a second, I want to see something. I need to check a thing. I need a mid and a low out of back turn. Next doing this. Okay. Where's a little slow, so that's an option. I feel like somebody else told me another good mid that she has during back turn, and I'm probably misremembering it. Back turn. This. Yeah, so hypnotist, right? As you can see, yeah, like there's a lot of like wild and obnoxious shit that you can do during hypnotist that will really like. So yeah, like the main thing, right, is that that's what I was looking for, I think. Yeah. So like the main thing. All right. Thinking.
Get ready for the next battle.
You got like another 2 minutes. Ah, fuck! It's King. It's King. No.
ただじゃ済まないわよ
Round 1.
Oh, it's King. I hate King so much in this game. Why are there so many Monkey D. Luffy customs? This is kind of weirding me out a little. Yep, Shining Wizard. I think that's a break that you can break that with both punches, I think, but I forget. Plus, don't press. plus, because that's the... Yep, Shining Wizard. Yep, here we go. Dead. Dead. Dead.
Round 2. Fight.
Now I got by Shining Wizard again. Yep. Huh, I thought that was... Okay, if that's what Sabira meant just now, then that makes sense. If that's why you put that there, Sabira, that makes sense. Thank you. Either... Or it might have been that King was just pressing something after the heat smash, and that's why. Combo throw, I'm dead again. Because I don't know the breakpoints, and I haven't learned. So some of King's combo throws you can break out of, but you have to know which button to hit when. Ah, fuck. That should be... Yep. Love it when I bait the Rage Art, because that's an easy launcher. Hey, Rainy. Ah! Wasn't combo throw. Alright. Nope. Ah, I got hit by the heat smash. God. Yeah, there we go, dead. Ah, God. I hate King so much. I truly do. It's not even like, oh God, King is busted. That's not what it is. It's just literally that, until you learn how to break his combo throws and where to break them, you just get... You get fucked, basically. It's just kind of what it is.
Get ready for the next battle.
ただじゃ済まないわよ。
貴様をここで終わらせる。
Yeah, it's time for you to meet your end. Yeah, okay. That's my own fault. I'm pressing buttons where I shouldn't be. Alright. I ducked that, but I pressed something that was not fast enough and I died.
Fight.
Happens.
You win.
余裕
Yeah.
迷わないって決めたから
貴様をここで終わらせる。Round 1. Fight.
Oh. Is that unblockable? That might be unblockable. Just have to duck that. Lol. So yeah, the main thing that Kazuya is known for in Tekken is what we call 50-50s. Basically what Kazuya excels at once he's gotten started is making you guess between whether or not he's going to hit you with a high attack or a low attack. That is generally the thing with him. Or in this case, like also being able to like mix mids in on top of that to also make that a lot more difficult to sort of like figure out. That's her.
Round 4. Fight. Final round. Fight.
Oh, fair. Yep, that's fair. Yeah, Kazuya does the threatening fist thing. That's the flying kick because Kazuya does that. Alright.
覚悟しなさい
Round 1.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, I was too close for that. I deserve that. Oops. I don't need to rush. Yep. I figured after a little while, like, no, whatever they do, even with rage, to do more damage when they're on low health, they're not closing the gap fast enough. I'm like, I don't need to rush. If I just waited a little bit, I wasn't close enough to like run up and do the one thing I wanted to do to like. Yeah, see, I tried to duck and I got hit by a mid. Yeah. No.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh, that's my own fault. It's because, Khan, unlike you, who's Doria pilled, you don't. Not everybody needs Doria as a Kazuya player. Yes.
You win.
All right. And now we got to get up out of here because I got a thing in like 15 minutes,
Next battle.
and we have gone a little bit over the time that I meant to. I also want to see if I can like beat the ads before they show up. So, thank y'all for stopping by. I deeply appreciate it. Thank y'all for being here for my new PB in the King of Fighters speedrun. Deeply appreciate it. TLDR, because I'm trying to make sure that I beat ads. Game analysis design co-host. Stream VODs over at YouTube. Ko-Fi, if you want to support the stream but don't want to give money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos. Ko-Fi subs. Make my life much easier in terms of like the amount that I keep and all that. Very, very, very good. Yeah. Throne has both casual funny gifts like Kamen Rider stuff for redemptions, or serious stuff like, hey, let's help SJ get another monitor and monitor arms for that, for his like desk setup and everything. Card, all my social media links. Unapologetically Black and Fast. The run I practice today starts on Monday, February 19th, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. However, right now, right here, today, we are having excellent runs over at Games Done Quick. If you do not come with me on the raid, we're not going to raid GDQ. But if you don't come with me on the raid to wherever we're going, go check out GDQ and go have yourself a good time. Yeah, I think we'll go to GDQ on like Sunday or something, I think. Maybe not tonight. I want to see who else is up and around tonight. I think I know where we're gonna go, but I need to be sure. Let's see. There's somebody that I want to go see, but I don't know if they're still on. Okay, yes, perfect. They are. So yeah, we are going to go hang out with Ludo Draconis VT. She's celebrating her 6 months streaming with some Lethal Company with friends. So she also is doing the art, or she's one of the people doing art for the Godot game that I work on Wednesdays called Shoot Lancer, and is just a friend of mine from like outside of streaming, somebody that I used to like do actual work with back in the day. Back in the day, as if that wasn't like just 7+ months ago. Anyway, Ludo Draconis BT. So yeah, hype her up, give her an SJ's just raids. Let her know who sent you. Wish her a happy 6 month streaming anniversary. All that other good stuff. Throw in your favorite emotes. Let her know who sent you. So yeah, last reminders. Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. More Breath of Fire. Breath of Fire 3. Monday, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time, over at the GDQ channel on Twitch, twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. That's when the KOF speedrun is going to be at. I'm going to have somebody good on the couch. It's going to be a good time. We're going to help end GDQ's 4th day with a bang, right? I'm not the last person there, but I'm like later in the evening. And then, of course, next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is more game dev stream stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Thank y'all for coming by. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. Don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. But not to bigots, racists, turfs, anti-queer folks, Zionists, or King players. Don't be nice to King players. They don't deserve it. I'm halfway kidding on that last one. But anyway, till the next time I see y'all, whenever that is, take care. Thanks for coming by. Bye.